Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a great one. This is the first session of 2026. We're very, very excited to be here. Together, we have Patrick and Maciej, our pro traders within our pro group. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys had a good break.
Hello, hi.
Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And it's so fantastic. We start the year 2006 with the kickoff, with the session. So, man, I'm so glad everyone is joining us. So, welcome. And Happy New Year also to you, Fabio. Happy New Year to you, Maciej. I would say, let's dive in. Don't lose so much time because time is money. Money is time. And we have a lot to talk about for this session. So as you can see on my screen, what I'm sharing with you is basically my trading view setup. The goal of this session is that we building for you a good trading roadmap, that you be prepared for the market. I will help you to build your trading roadmap with our levels from MenthorQ. Later, we will looking into the dashboard, how everything is looking like on the MenthorQ side with NetJacks and our models. But first things first, let's jump in our trading view where we are now. And let's prepare our trading roadmap. And I will share with you guys how quick you can do this. So I will start with the NQ, and what I'm plotting on my NQ, you will find here on the right side, our NQ futures gamma levels. And Fabio, only to clarify, because I think we are the only one who have at the moment future gamma levels. This is from real futures options, correct?
Yeah, correct. Futures options on the, about 25 contracts. So from indices to commodities, precious metals, soft commodities, forex, crypto. Yeah, so we have about 25 different type of futures.
So yeah, this is really amazing. So we have really futures gamma levels from futures option chain. So this is here on the right side. In the middle, the gold one, you will find my blind spots. The blind spots looking to correlated assessed from the Nasdaq. This is something what I was developing and is helping us to identify a lot of opportunities with our trading roadmap. I will show this to you in a few seconds. And on the left side, what you see here also in small, this is something how I'm using it. This is basically from NDX. What I'm doing is I have here my conversion. I convert NDX to NQ, but without any ratio. I make this 1-to-1 because I won't have the real NDX levels on my NQ chart without any ratio. And why I want to have this is really to identify my trading roadmap much easier and to developing this really quick. And now let's do this really quick together. So first things first, blind spots supporting the gamma levels. If you see some blind spot around major gamma levels, then you can think about this could be acting as a strong magnet. And this is really the power of the roadmap. We want to identify strong magnets, hidden opportunities. And now I'm connecting the blind spots 10 to the put support 0 DTE from the NDX here on my NQ chart. And then at the top, we have our high wall with the blind spot 3. And here we have our call resistance with the 1-day max from NDX. And here we have our 1-day max with the blind spot 1 from the NQ. Basically, this is what it is at the moment. What I would be saying, this is my trading roadmap for the day, because it's basically on blind spots supporting gamma levels. If I'm taking now out my indicators, then my trading roadmap looks like this. And then I can trade really from box to box. And the good thing is tomorrow we want to recap how the box was working, how the trading roadmap is working, so that you can also see how everything is working. If you don't like it and you don't want to make this on your own, there's no problem, because we was thinking about on people who want this having more with indicators. You can here also creating your trading roadmap, and then you will have also a roadmap based on the indicator. It's really simple one, but for me, I like to develop my trading roadmap in conjunction with the blind spots. And this is the trading roadmap for today for my NQ. We were doing the same now with the ES, and it's the same principle. What I have here, ES futures gamma levels. In the middle, I have my blind spots, and on the left side, I have my SPX gamma levels. What I'm doing here is the same what I was doing with the NDX, converting SPX to ES, manual ratio 1, so that we have the same on the chart, the real SPX levels without any conversion, and it makes much easier to developing our trading roadmap to find out hidden areas. So what we have, blind spots supporting gamma levels, really simple. 1 day min with blind spot 4. Here we go. We have it. This is number 1. Number 2, we have blind spot 8 on the high wall area. Then next one, we have blind spots who's supporting the core resistance and the 1 day max from SPX. And then at the top of the top, we have the core resistance, blind spot 2, core resistance, and 1 day max. Did we have something else? Yes, for the downside, not good sign, but it is what it is. There's also in blind spot supporting put support 0 DTE and 1 day min. So let's map this out. So we have a little more details today on our ES. Hide the indicators, really simple. And now you have here your trading roadmap. As you can see, if we're looking back to the left side, the trading roadmap will be making extremely sense, because we're spotting here the top with our trading roadmap, where we're looking for range breakout and looking here at the top. If we're breaking this box, we have our target. If we're breaking the next box, we have our next target. And this is really helping me in a simple way to developing my trading roadmap. This is really easy, simple work where you can do with the MenthorQ gamma levels, with the blind spots all together, and then you have it on your chart. If you don't like the roadmap on your chart, then you can also going on hide drawings, and you have the levels back, and you have everything here. If you don't like to have NDX, I take it out. If you don't like to have SPX, I take it out. And then boom, and voila, you have your blind spots with the MenthorQ futures gamma levels from ES and from NQ. And this is really a simple approach where you can have your trading roadmap in a really good way. And as you can see, you can have your levels there, you have your roadmap there, so that you know exactly which areas you can focusing on. And we are at the moment below high vol and high vol 0 DTE, whereas the flipping area from positive to negative gamma. Fabio, why is high vol and high vol 0 DTE so powerful?
It's powerful because it's kind of like a regime change where we're going from a lower volatility environment to a higher volatility environment. And when we switch from positive to negative gamma, also market makers tend to hedge differently. We have a lot of documentation about it on our guides. So if you're interested, there's a lot of videos there. But the idea behind it is that as a futures trader, you need to understand when volatility can shift, and therefore you can use that information to plan your trading accordingly, maybe manage your stop loss a bit differently, your take profit targets, and so on.
Exactly, perfect. And as you know, guys, I be one guy of having everything simple on my chart without so much things going on, so much lines on my chart. I'm also now taking out the blind spots because I was doing already my trading roadmap with this. And now I'm having only my MenthorQ gamma levels. End of the day, you have the opportunity, you can plot primary levels, and also you can add GEX 1 to 5 or 6 to 10. Now let's add GEX 1 to 5. Oops, sorry, here we go. We're doing this here also. And then you're having a really good trading roadmap on your end, what we was working with, and you have all the levels there. And especially very much people using the trading approach that we trading from box to box. So what this would be meaning, as we know, we have high vol UDT. If we not can going over this, then we have a nice target where we can approach with a good risk reward, where we can put our stop above call resistance UDT. Only as trading idea, this is something what is in my mind at the moment. So this is something how you can work with this. And also, if you're liking more the long side and you're thinking we will be holding between call resistance UDT, gamma vol UDT, and high vol UDT on ES, you have here your roadmap. You can now work with this. You can redefine your risk profile where you want to place your stop loss. It is like a map where will be helping you to identify really good areas to place your stop loss. And last but not least, I know so many traders from you using also real-time data. You on your broker where you have options, where you have other stuff, where you have maybe bookmap, where you have maybe Atas, where you're looking into level 2. And this roadmap here will helping you to making better trading decisions with tools, tactics, analytics, what you're already using. And this is really the power of MenthorQ, what we can use. I'm using this also. I be using real-time options data. I'm using also level 2 data. But the trading roadmap is my guide. It's my map for the day. And I'm relying on this, and it's helping me to redefine my entries. Fabio, I have one question for you. We have now end of the day levels for futures at the moment, but for 2026, I was reading that there will become some change in our futures gamma levels, and I think this is really important for you guys. Fabio, what will be happen 2026 with the futures gamma levels and with the future data?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, we obviously futures is a big part of our platform, and we have a lot of futures traders. So what we're gonna do in 2026 is we are gonna increase our coverage in more real-time infrastructure. So we are going to give you guys access to intraday gamma levels on futures. Currently, we have end of day, which are very powerful, but with the intraday, this can be a game changer for us and for all the futures traders that are using the platform. We're also working on new intraday kind of flow models that will tell you basically how the option is driving the price. So this can be very actionable for your directional trades. We're also working on back testing tools, so you will be able to understand how the levels have performed in the past, so you can plan your day by looking at the volatility regime for that day, and obviously have some back testing tool available for you. And we're also working on our alpha factors. So the idea is to use the data to potentially create a bias for the day.
Yes, exactly. And I get the question very often, and this is really nice that you bring it here on. What did you use for conversation? NQ, QQQ. I think if you be here on MenthorQ, you have to understand the option change difference. And Fabio, I know we explained this nearly in every single talk, but because it's the first session of the year, we have so many new people here. Can you explain in really short sentence what's the difference between the option change when we're talking about QQQ, when we're talking about NDX, when we're talking about NQ, and who is trading what?
Yeah, so I think the power of the platform is that we have all the 3 option chains. So if you trade the market, so if you trade S&P 500, You can trade it through SPX, you can trade it through the future, or you can trade it through the ETF or SPY. All those three assets have three different option chains. So that means that the levels might not necessarily be the same, even though the asset behaves in the same manner. So they would move in the same direction. But basically, the levels will be different. And the reason is very, very simple. There are different player types that would trade each of these assets. And by understanding this, you will also understand when we see divergences. So, for example, if you look at SPY, this will be mostly traded by short retail traders, but think about 401k plans in the US every month. When you have a new 401k contributions, they would go into kind of like ETFs like SPY or QQQ because you are trying to capture the performance of the market. The idea is also a longer term view. So those type of investors will not trade daily. They will just buy and hold. So they might use the options chain differently. Maybe they are using them for hedging. Maybe they're using them for protecting their exposure. So when you see some levels on SPY, that could also be a very, very important information. If we look at SPX and ES, then this would be more like retail trader, retail flow, or large institutions that are using futures for hedging purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So and when we're talking about what you can convert, I think the best is really looking in everything. And when we was last year on our Zooms, when we was presenting you the NQ Playbook, I was looking in everything. I was looking into NQ, I was looking at QQQ, and I was looking into NDX, because I'm thinking with MenthorQ we have already the power to look into everything, and we should use it. But here for now, what I was doing, I was using the NQ futures levels, the NQ blind spots, and the NDX levels, but I was not converting something. I was having my NDX levels with the ratio 1, so basically no converting. Why? Because to building my trading roadmap more efficiently. But at the end, I'm trading the futures. That's why I'm looking into the futures levels. And you was asking me, Patrick, we need a clear guidance. We need a clear setup. I think I was reading this from you, Sean Ramp. Some clarification would be really good. And let me talk about this and let me clarify something. I think to give a clear guidance when to enter, when to exit, this would be not so easy because every trader is different. Because I be maybe quick in, quick out, maybe I'm holding longer. I don't know. I don't know how you trade, but I will give you one trading setup today, and that can help you to stay patient. Because I think if you have one good trading setup in your books and you stay patient and you're still waiting for this, then you can have a really good edge over a long term. Because at the end, you need a plan A, plan B, plan C to stay patient, to stay disciplined. And I will be going now also into the VIX because we're talking about this in the pro session every single day. And yesterday we were staying also there on the VIX. And I will helping you a little bit. I will be guide you a little bit. Let's jump into the VIX, because if you understand how the VIX is working, not as options traders, more from the structure, how you can use this as timing. This is really powerful. We have today a masterclass session in the MenthorQ Pro Room about this. But I think Fabio and also you, Maciej, you know me very long now, and what I'm telling the people, and we was doing this also in our live trading session, if we hitting put support 0 DTE, or if we hitting call resistance 0 DT on the VIX, we will see some big reaction. Not mostly, but very often. And Fabio, I think we was doing the live trading session during the Christmas time, and there we was hitting the put support 0 DTE, as I remember, few times. And you was also there, how we using the VIX. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fabio.
Yes, and for those who wanna see those sessions, they are on our YouTube live, so you can go back to just before Christmas, and we were live trading for about 2-3 hours per day. So.
Okay, perfect. So what I want to tell you, I want to give you one setup for the books. So have the MenthorQ gamma levels on your VIX chart using put support 0 DTE, call resistance, or call resistance 0 DTE. Use your alerts. You have here alerts, and then set your alerts on this area where put support is or call resistance is, and then just wait with patience until we're hitting this level, and then mostly you will see some big reaction. This is setup number one. Wait with patience that the VIX will be confirming you a really good setup. This is timing. If we're hitting again, put support 0 DTE, call resistance 0 DTE on the VIX, it's an extremely powerful setup. More about the VIX, how you can use this for your timings, for better entries. We will do today a masterclass session, 1 hour, where we're talking about the VIX. It will be also recorded. It's for the pro members. But this is one good A+ setup. What is in my book, what I'm using every single time when I'm trading, not only in the pro room, also when we're here live, we're hitting this. I'm talking every single time about this. A+ setup, call resistance 0 DTE, put support 0 DTE on the VIX. If we hit this, take a closer look into your ES, SPX, NQ, NDX, whatever you trade. Wait with patience, and then you will see the reactions. And it will be happened. It will be happened. So this is A+ setup number one. And then I think a number 2 A+ setup, Fabio. I was talking about the money printing level. Do you remember what is the money printing level?
HVL.
Yes. All right. This is the HVL. But before we going into the HVL, there's something what you should be understand. And Fabio, I want that you clarify this for a second. What is the pinning effect, so that the people understanding the pinning effect?
Yeah, so the pinning effect happens when you have a lot of gamma exposure at certain areas, and you see the price of the asset moving around that level, because the way market makers and dealers are buying and selling securities, so the price basically stalls around a specific level until it breaks. But there are very, very big examples where for the whole day, if you have a very big gamma level, the price will stay basically pinned around a certain area, and this is due to market structure, dealers hedging, and algorithmic trading, basically.
All right. Okay, so that we understand the pinning effect and the money printing level. For me, it's of course the high vol and high vol 0 DTE. I was using this, by the way, yesterday. I will be showing this to you at the end of the call, how I was using this when I was trading gold. It was like trading the high vol 0 DTE and targeting, if possible, the 1-day max or the 1-day min. How this is working, Fabio, I will be shifting a little bit now to my Chrome tab. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, I'll be back. You can switch back, Fabio. All right. This was yesterday, guys. This was yesterday. Trading from high vol or high vol 0 DTE to 1-day max or 1-day min. How this is working, I will be helping you now. And now I was sharing with you 2 A+ setups. And I think that's really enough. As pro member, we're going much more deeper in this, I will promise you. But here for the call, because it's our first call, 2 A+ setups. So high vol 0 DT to 1 day max, 1 day min. What we need to know on high vol, there's a lot of activity. There's also the pinning effect. What I was observing, if you're trading, for example, the NQ, you need to think about there is the pinning effect between 30 points above, 30 points below, before we see some price action. And very often, this is the same how we have with the VIX, with the price action. If we're touching high vol, Fabio, what we see very often, we see price action, correct? Because there is where the candle pops, maybe to the downside, maybe to the upside. But if you catch the right direction, and we have also news, boom, this is your money printing level. And this was what I was doing yesterday on the gold. I was converting the GZ levels to CHF USD, to the gold spot price. This was at Globex Open. We're having the news about Venezuela. Gold was popping, and I was trading basically from high vol to 1 day max. And here we go. Here is what I was doing. I was posting this also on my Twitter profile for everyone. I was doing the trade also on my account. So I'm talking about everything what I'm doing. And this was really a good money printing area. I know to trade a high vol can be very complex, because you have to understand first the pinning effect. We can pin there, and you must give yourself a little bit more room. Don't size too big on the high vol area, because the stop loss can be hitting very quick. This is something what I was personally observing. Having a wider stop loss, having a small position, and then adding to the winning trade. And as you can see, I was doing this also, adding to the winner trade when I was enter 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. So if I was seeing that I be in a good position, I was add to my winning position. So starting with small position on the high vol, if you have an idea based on your technical analysis, based on what you already do, so then do it. The high vol is a really good area. And let me know, guys, if you have some questions about this. But if you understand only this today, the concept from the VIX, call resistance, put support, and also the 0 DT levels, call resistance 0 DT, put support 0 DT, how to trade the high vol, you have to be very starting very small position, and then adding to winner trades, give you more room that we can stay on the trade. And you have to think about, if you be on the wrong side, you have your cut your losers quick. But think about on the pinning effect. Don't get trapped from the pinning effect. That's why I want that Fabio will be explain the high vol and the pinning effect, because the pinning effect is very often there on the high vol area. Fabio, let's jump into the comments if the people understand this, because it's so powerful if they understand this and they can take it out today.
Yes, absolutely. So let me know if we want to go through question now, or if we want to go over a couple of other things.
In the XMAX example, I noticed that you did not trade at the reaction level, but later on, after the regime change, confirmed bearish. Boom, boom, boom. Where's the question now? I don't see the question anymore. Okay. Thanks. That is more useful using real-world example. EMO should not be restricted to pro members only at this kind of explanation. On the pro session, guys, we're having our live trading session. So doing the live stuff, we can explain much more. But I would be saying, using this, we have a lot of live sessions here together. Come in with your questions. I will go through your questions, that we can work together on this. And then we will having a great year together. And Maciej, what you looking for today?
So gold morning one more time. First of all, what I'm take a look. So I'm jumping to CTA models, check what is going on. Is still bigger fellas building long or short position, reduce, or maybe adding something else. So first things first, gold, CTA positions right now still building on the long side, silver, palladium, copper, aluminum, the same. So still metals going with a long trend. Nothing changed from last few days and last few weeks. Also, when we are looking to the currencies, why? Because gold is in dollar index, pricing in dollar. So this is also important for us because they are connected to each other. So dollar index right now is adding to the long positions, so not such a good for a gold. Why? Because usually, I repeat, usually when dollar index is growing, gold is dropping. So when we know what is going on with gold, with bigger fellas, with currencies, the next step from my perspective, I'm diving to our GEX model for all expiration. I'm trying to look where are the most interesting strikes. So right now, the most traded contract for gold in futures is GCG, February. The main strike 45.00 plus minus. This zone, this area is important. And what we have next? Later, near 46 and 44, two other main strikes, and between, in the middle, another one. So right now, 45, 45.50, 46, 44.50, and 44 is our main strikes from 0 DTE perspective and nearest gamma expiration right now near 3% expiring, 44.50, 45. Our main strike positive gamma regime is sitting above 44.45 plus minus. If we drop below, then we are sitting in negative gamma regime, extended moves, and plus minus the first support is sitting around 43.70. Tomorrow, 7th of January, expiring near 4%. What we have, main strikes are sitting below from positive gamma regime around 44. Negative main strike is sitting above. What it means for me, that perhaps we get some choppiness from 45, the round labor, and our support is around 44 plus minus for tomorrow, and also 43, 50, 60 is another point of support from GCG from my perspective. This is how I interpret this. And right now, jumping to our charts, another thing where we are. So right now, we are sitting in blind spot 7 between main two clusters. Let's map this together. So put support, 1-day max, and call resistance sitting around 45.00. Supporting zone. The first one is call resistance with gamma wall and HVL 0 DTE. Crossing this, I will be looking where? Exactly to 1-day min with blind spot 9. If this not stopped, then HVL with blind spot 10 will be my another point of interest when I would like to see price is coming. So right now we have plan A, Plan B, and Plan C, we are waiting to the economic data because 15 minutes after the bell, what we get, Patrick, do you remember what we have today in our economic calendar?
Let us know.
PMI. So this also have a big pressure for prices of gold, dollar index, and indices. So 15 minutes after the bell today, we should get some pressure with volatility, also higher volume, and not only. So please be careful and be prepared for this. GLD right now ETF, main one ETF for gold, what shows volume. The main strike sitting around 410, later 415, another strike 420, then we have a gap to 430, 440. Below supporting zone 400 round label. Open interest looking similar, 420 the main strike with 425, later supporting zone around 430 to 440, and from downside 400 round label. So it should be easy to understand how we should look to our GLD. All expiration from gamma perspective shows main strike around 420, 425. And the nearest gamma expiration. So right now, for 7th of January, what we have? 410 is our main strike. Then we have negative gamma window and supporting zone between 405 to 400, and then another negative gamma window. So please be careful today. If we hit plus minus around 45, 45.20 on GCG or for 10 plus minus zone, perhaps we get a chop, and it will be very quickly when connect the dots with PMI data coming to the market. Perhaps we will get very big volatility here, so we know exactly what we should accept. But if this zone between 405 and 400 doesn't hold, then 397 should be our next target. GBZ volatility index for GLD and gold showing right now priced 24.25. It means for us that it's around $60-70 per move today predicted for GLD. Right now, also what is interesting on GLD, as you can see, we are sitting on call resistance with gamma wall, and not many often times what we have a big cluster area of risk triggers. So risk trigger from yesterday right now is below, 2, 3, and 4 days above. Right now between 408, 420 is our chop zone. And as you can see, if we cross this, 1 day max from end of the day data sitting around 470, 420, creating a magnetic zone with blind spot 6. But if we cross risk trigger from day ago, so 409, then I will have hope and be prepared to get acceleration exactly to 400 label. So everything matched to each other. I hope this is easy peasy. If we have some questions right now, I will be waiting for this. And Fabio, could you check this for me? Do we have some questions about gold? If not, I will continue.
Yeah, let's see. Not yet specific about gold, but yeah, please continue, Maciej.
Okay, so connecting the dots. Also, if you remember, I was showing you US dollar index. So what we do, we convert from futures from euro using our indicators data to dollar index. Why? Because of main reason, dollar index is built from other currencies and euro is the main one. This is why we use that kind of conversion between those stickers. And what we have right now, we are sitting on 1 day max, then we have got to call resistance. But if this zone between 1 day max with blind spot 1 not hold, and we drop the first target, call resistance, gamma wall, supporting blind spot 4. If this not hold, another target for me, it will be HVL with blind spot 7. And the last one, put support with HVL, with 1 day min, with put support 0 DTE, where is sitting on 97.77. So lucky ending. If we drop here, this should support us. So right now, waiting for PMI services and then connecting the dots as usually. I will one more time repeat. If dollar index is growing, then usually this push to the downside price of gold. So from my perspective right now, I hope everybody are prepared for gold session for today. Right now we are 22 minutes after the pit session open, so still building initial balance. So in next 40 minutes we will get full information, and later we have PMI services.
Perfect. Perfect. Guys, you get your trading roadmap on NQ and NDX. You get your 2A plus setups from the VIX, call resistance, put support, and the ZODT levels. We was talking about the high vol level and also the risk about the high vol level. Let us know, guys, if you need something for today. If there's also what you want that we're looking into now, we have 15 minutes left. In the moment where you type in some questions, I would be asking Fabio, can you share your MenthorQ dashboard with us and give a nice overview about Quinn, how Quinn can help the people to having a good morning prep in few minutes, so that they also be on the deck, that they understand what was going on the options side, how they can prepare and be coming stronger in 2026.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, within the dashboard, if you become a premium member, you'll be able to access all the data. So we have our end of day, our futures data here, CTS model, the Maciej showed today. And then, of course, we're going to go into Quinn. So within Quinn, you'll be able to access the different levels. We're not going to spend time today on that. I'm preparing a video for this week. But if you start a new chat, and basically you will get into Quinn. So it looks very similar to the AI tools that you guys use, but the difference is that Quinn has our data, Quinn has our knowledge base, Quinn has our methodologies, our research papers, all of that stuff that is not really public information. So we train Quinn based on the way we trade, based on our academy, based on all the videos that we do. So all of that is here. I think the first step, we see a lot of questions about how can I use the levels, how can I trade, how can I find example. So the first thing I think that you can do with Quinn, if you are a new users of MenthorQ, is build a learning path for your strategy. So let's start with a simple question. So you can kind of type something like this, and basically Quinn will prepare kind of like a step-by-step kind of guide and different steps with links to our academy, our resources, all of that stuff. So I think if you just want to learn how to use the data and how to use it for your strategy, this would be basically a really good way of starting with Quinn, right? So as you can see, we have all the links. All these are like our courses, our live trading sessions. So again, this is a very good way of doing that. The next step is looking at the data. So I can start, if I trade ES, if I trade SPY, if I trade SPX, I can start asking kind of like those type of questions. Can you show me the net gamma exposure chart for, or net gamma exposure for SPX? You'll get access to the data here. You also get access to the chart, right? The same chart that you see in the dashboard, so you can kind of see. And then, of course, what Quinn does is basically analyzing this for you and helping you understand. And then, of course, you can keep going. You can ask more questions. You can look at our Q score, our swing trading models, all of that stuff.
And for the morning prep, so when the people will be join the dashboard, is there also something where Quinn can help with a 1, 2, 3 step with the morning prep?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can kind of like start typing these type of questions. So what we are doing also, we are working on a lot of things on the back. So what Quinn is going to become in the next few months is going to be a tool that will be able to prepare you, give you access to back testing results, give you access to what's changing, what's driving the market. And so stay tuned. There's always going to be new improvement here. But yeah, as you can see, basically you can ask kind of like the roadmap, you can kind of like look at the Q score, you can look at the different models, and then you can kind of keep chatting. You can ask questions, you can ask Quinn to explain certain topics and so on. And let me know, guys, if you have any questions on Quinn specifically.
Oh, I can add something about Quinn, that usually when I'm using TradingView, I use custom level indicator. This is why I'm printing very often levels in Quinn from intraday snapshot, because for me it's much quicker when I need it.
Yeah, and all the levels are here. So if we wanna find the levels here, you can kind of like get the different levels and then kind of like ask Quinn the levels, and the levels will be here. We can also ask our intraday gamma levels, our blind spots, our swing trading levels, and so on. And then you can also go back to the previous snapshot. So if you are using intraday, one thing that is very good is that you can kind of go back similar to what you were doing on the bot and basically get the previous snapshot and the previous one and so on. Once you have that, you can copy this and bring it into TradingView, so you can kind of backtest, you can kind of do more analysis. So it's all available there for you. Let us know, guys, if you have questions.
Oh yeah, can we go on your TradingView really quick, or should we use mine? But I have to share my TradingView again. Give me one moment.
I have ready TradingView with gold if you need.
No, I need Nasdaq, but if you can jump into Nasdaq, perfect. NQ. No worries, I can also share.
Yeah, we have Maciej screen here.
All right.
Oh, let me share your screen, Patrick, one second.
So guys, we was talking about the high vol level on Nasdaq. As you can see, we was already on the high vol area. There was also our trading roadmap, as you remember. And guys, look at this. Look at the price action. This is what I was meaning with one of the A+ setups. And if you see something like this, so we have high vol and GAX. GAX is your buddy for the stop loss. So 640, 650. So use 15 points, for example. And it was having a really nice risk reward. If you need a little bit more room, you need 60 points. You have here your core resistance UDTE. Put this above core resistance. If you want to try to short this, this is how you can really be patient and wait until we come to high vol UDTE, or if we're touching on VIX, the levels what I was talking about, and then build your A+ setup with this. This is really a money printing level, the high vol. There you will be getting some price action. And take a look where we are now on ES. We are now on ES, on high vol and high vol UDTE. If we open in 30 minutes and we stay below this, amazing.
So only just as remember, this is really no kindergarten what we're talking about. And when you're saying you need some nice real-time ideas, that's already a real-time idea. High vol 0DT, this is a real-time idea how you can use it. Of course, there's a risk to trading the high vol. Trading is risky, of course. But this is a really good live example at the moment. You can also wait until we retest this. But the high vol 0DT is at the moment in play. And it's at the moment also in the play on ES. And take a look here. You have this also on VIX. It's also in the play. This is, by the way, a really interesting setup. You have high vol 0DT on VIX, high vol and high vol in the play on NQ and also on ES. Amazing. But be patient. Don't force the trades. Be patient. Just wait. Think about timing, setup, and location. Just wait. But you have already a really good setup. And I will be thinking about this is now the decision point. Here we make a decision. Will we come back in the range to ES and going back to core resistance and staying here now in the range? Or did we flush down to 1 day min? Where is also our trading roadmap? If we flash down, what we need also, the high vol 0DT to put support 0DT on the VIX. This would be not working for us. Then if the VIX goes down, the market will be going up. What we want to see here, we want to see that it goes back to the top. So you have here also two options. Depend on what you're looking for. If you want that we're holding the high vol, take a closer look to the VIX. Where's the VIX positioning? You have already a really nice setup there. Just as reminder, because I see your comments there in the chat. You want real-time examples. All right. Yeah, and you're right, Joel. I would not call it kindergarten. It's about seeking confluence with other methods. Of course, what I'm telling very often is MenthorQ is your second confirmation. Never trade MenthorQ alone as one major strategy. You should have already some good strategy. MenthorQ will help you to redefine your strategy, to making your strategy more work. Come to MenthorQ, be a MenthorQ member with your strategy and take a look how the options gamma levels can helping you, how the models can helping you to find out maybe only the little tiny puzzles to become better. And I think, Fabio, you was sharing last year one really good stuff, and I think it's worth to share this again, how the hedge funds are working when they're developing new strategies or they want adding some new tool to his stuff. How's it working?
Yeah. So the way the quantitative fund, the citadel of the world, the work, they start with what you said, with the strategy, with the baseline strategy, right? So a strategy could be based off momentum, could be based off fundamentals, could be based off many different factors. It could be a strategy that is sector based because maybe we see the growth of AI stocks and maybe we want to build a model on AI stocks, and so we build our framework. And then on top of that, you add factors. Factor can be data sets that could help you get a better hedge. Factor could be correlations. Factor could be any type of data that can help you filter out the noise and build a better strategy. So you're basically looking at taking the return of that strategy and to make it better by adding more and more factors, right? But similar to that, what you are mentioning with in the retail space, we can actually do the same principle. So we can start with our strategy, which can be any type of strategy, whether it's a breakout strategy, or, like momentum strategy, and then we can add factors. MenthorQ levels can become one of those factors that can help you then get better execution, better edge on that strategy.
Exactly. And this is why I'm loving the community, guys. And I be, man, it's so a pleasure to work with you here. So at the same time, I see a powerful move gold after touched high vol USDT, and wow, man, congratulations. This is exactly money printing level. Really, this is money printing level, and then we have this at the moment: high vol USDT ES, high vol USDT NQ, high vol USDT GZ, high vol USDT VIX. I cannot remember when we were seeing something like this. It's so crazy. But before we close now the session, so if you be now a trader outside and you have already your strategy and you see the high vol USDT, how everything is playing out, or how it could be playing out, think about how this level could be helping you. And then, as you was mentioned, Fabio, have the mind like a hedge fund. Think about, what would be now a hedge fund doing if they would be adding the high vol and high vol USDT to his concept? How they will be tested, how they will be traded, what they want to see. And this is really the thing, how it goes.
And also, to close up, we have a couple of minutes left. So first of all, guys, if you wanna join us, create a free account, access our documentation, you can go on MenthorQ.com. But we have a new structure for this year. So we're going to have daily live sessions at 8 a.m. in the morning, similar to what we've done today, with the difference that at the end of the week, we're going to have a weekly recap. So we're going to go over some of the trades we took, some of the setups that we saw during some of our pro and premium sessions. So you can access all of those. And then once a month, we're going to be live trading here on YouTube and X, and we're going to do that during OPEX. So it's going to be the third Friday of the month. So here we have the sessions for January 16th set up here. So just follow us on YouTube, and also you will find all the links within the dashboard as well. So very excited for that. And the goal of this session is to help you guys use the data, leverage the setups, and also build a successful trading mindset and strategy.
All right, guys, let us know. Give us a little comment. Give us a like if you was liking what you was getting here, what you received for your time. Again, I appreciate that you spent the time with us. We will try and make sure that with every session you take out some golden nugget. If the golden nugget is only a little tiny piece, but at the end it will become much more bigger and bigger. And if this today, then we have the high vol and high vol USDT here, and this will be helping you. This will be so much powerful for me. Give us a yes or no if you was liking this today, so that we know if you was doing a great job or not. Really quick, yes, no, and then we are really good. And Maciej, you want to add something? Let me know.
I don't think so. Everything was in our meeting. So right now, what we have, 30 minutes to start our main session, and later 15 minutes after the bell, the main economic data right now for today, PMI, later also is Trump speaks. So please, trader, be careful, prepare yourself, refresh before we start, and wish you all the best from my perspective.
Thank you.
And I'm reading your comments, guys, and you want more practical examples. I will promise you, I will take care of this, that we're giving you much more practical examples. Be patient with me. I know as trader, patience is sometimes hard, but be patient. We will give you much more examples. We were talking about maybe also in this session 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how you can use the levels much more efficiently. So be patient. We will do our best that you grow as trader. We will make 2026 as an amazing year for each of us. Also, so more than happy, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys, and have a great morning. Bye.
Bye bye.